Do you find yourself never using the SMG as sniper? Are you so amazing at quickscoping that a secondary becomes useless? Or perhaps you get tunnel vision so hard while scoped in you and never end up using your other weapon slots and have decided instead of trying to overcome this weakness, you'd rather play into it. Regardless, I have the guide for you. How yinz doing? I'm Ian, and this is my TF2 How to Killstreak series, where we look at the best and worst TF2 has to offer and show you how to get a killstreak with it. Because everything's a bad idea until it works. Today, we will be covering the sniper's backpack items. So without further ado, let's get into it.
You got me pregnant, you idiot!
How is that my fault?
You said you were wearing protection!
I was wearing my armor!
The sniper backpacks are a trio of secondaries in the game the sniper will wear like a backpack. Unlike other secondary weapons in the sniper's arsenal, they cannot be pulled out like the Girardi or SMG, and will instead provide a passive buff with no negative attributes attributed to them directly. Indeed, the only downside to having these weapons equipped is that you effectively forfeit having an actual secondary weapon whatsoever like the Girardi or SMG. This means that they can't actually get you kills directly, but will rather help you sustain your kill streaks by ensuring you don't die, as you inevitably get headshots and key picks to help your team out. As a result, you will often see the backpacks used on two kinds of players: individuals that are very good at no-scope headshots and find a secondary completely redundant, or more commonly, relatively new players who get tunnel visioned very easily. However, that's all I can really say about them as a whole without going into them individually. So let's do that, shall we? We will start with the Razorback, since it's the one you can acquire through achievements, meaning most of you probably already have this. Specifically, it can be acquired through the Sniper Milestone 3 achievement. As for its stats, at the expense of being incapable of receiving overheal from your team's medics, who are totally going to heal you in the first place, you gain a functional immunity to being backstabbed. Yes, I know, technically speaking, you can only get out of backstab once, then you'll have to wait for it to recharge, and then you'll get to survive a backstab again, but let's be honest here. Any spy that knows what this weapon does is not going to try to backstab you. They're just going to shoot you with their gun, or backstab someone else instead. Preferably that Natasha heavy that's been dominating that one scout that's otherwise impossible to hit. Many have argued this weapon to be completely useless since spies can just shoot you with their gun, but as Lazy Purple put it, at least you get a chance, man. And you gotta think about it through the spy's perspective. What are you gonna do? Take a moment of your time to pull out your gun and then shoot the sniper down and hope to God that you can kill him before anyone on his team can react? Or, and hear me out on this, you pull out your knife, which is probably already out to begin with, so you don't even have to waste time on that, and just get a backstab on anyone else. And remember, most of Spy's knives actually have a beneficial effect that trigger when you backstab someone. Big Earner, get a speed boost. Kunai, heal yourself and get some overheal while you're at it. Using the Big Earner, well, that's a 2-for-1 disguise there, one for yourself and one for the corpse of the guy you just killed. Plus, as any spy main can tell you, you get a much larger dopamine hit from getting a backstab than you get from shooting someone with your gun. As a result, if you're doing well as sniper but this one spy keeps backstabbing you, this is actually a pretty good weapon to have equipped. No, it's not going to be part of your default loadout that you use on every game you ever play, but if spies are giving you a hard time and you don't want to change classes, this can be a good weapon to equip to help deal with them. Still, this weapon is completely useless if no one on the enemy team is playing spy. Still, in my opinion, the best place to use the Razorback is actually in medieval mode, since everyone except you and medics are restricted to melee weapons, with very few exceptions. And you know who has access to those exceptions? Not the spy. And as we all know, spies are pretty common in any TF2 server, especially in a game mode where pretty much everyone has to get into backstab range in order for them to kill you. However, if pyros are the issue rather than spies, then I suggest grabbing 7 Razorbacks, turn 6 of them into a reclaimed medal, then combine it with the 7th to create the next item we'll be covering today, the Darwin's Danger Shield. The Darwin's Danger Shield was once one of, if not the most hated weapons in TF2. This was because it was part of an item set that made it so that you couldn't die from headshots. Yes, that was a thing. I am not joking, it was real. I actually played with it for once before Valve finally realized how stupid that idea was and removed it from the game. You see, Valve learned their lesson and realized that giving an item set that included a cosmetic hat a mechanical buff was problematic. So they made the Darwin's Danger Shield inherit the ability to survive headshots instead of an item set. However, to appease those who spent real money to acquire this item set for the mechanical buff, Valve decided to give a cosmetic change to the item set itself. Now, whenever you get a kill while wearing the Croco-style item set, a tombstone thematic to that item set will appear atop the corpses you kill with it, an honorable tribute to an honorless playstyle. And so began the Darwin's Danger Shield's era of hatred, where players who were wearing it would often get vote kicked for the server simply for having it equipped, even if they were just a gibbous player who just got the drop and had no idea what was so bad about it. However, ever since Jungle Inferno, this item has been relegated to an anti-pyro tool for snipers. This is because instead of increasing your maximum health and getting you bullet resistance, it instead grants you fire resistance and immunity to afterburn. This makes it an invaluable tool for when pyros are being a problem for you. However, if you're not playing with the Huntsman, it's unlikely pyros are going to be your biggest concern, since they really shouldn't be getting in range to effectively kill you beyond maybe pissing you off with the Scorch Shot. And trust me on this, using the Huntsman against pyros is a lot safer than you think, because I have never seen a pyro who can reliably air blast the arrows back. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some unusual hat-wearing MLG pro out there that can do this successfully, but in all my years playing TF2, I've never seen them. However, if you want an item that will actually be useful to you even if the enemy team isn't playing a class that can backstab or set people on fire, well then you're gonna like this next one.
You're making this so easy, I'm actually getting worse.
The Cozy Camper is not only the name of the next item we're covering, but also an accurate description of the people who use it. Whilst you have this item equipped, your HP regenerates slowly over time, as well as giving you an increased resistance to knockback of 20%. You're also immune to flinching whenever you have your scope fully charged up, meaning you're less likely to have your crucial picks being interrupted by stray bullets or flare pyros overall. This item is great for those of you who find a good sniping perch and don't want to leave it because you're occasionally taking a little bit of chip damage from a scout with a pistol or something from across the map. Personally, I love using this item for two simple reasons. One, I have an unhealthy love for health regeneration effects, and two, I have an even more unhealthy love for koalas. When using the Cozy Camper, I recommend any primary except the Huntsman, since the resistance to knockback and flinching are less of an issue for a weapon that never has you scoped in to begin with. And while the HP regeneration can be useful, it's simply not as good as, say, the Girardi or an SMG to have when using that Huntsman. Still, health regeneration is great at keeping you alive, allowing your kill streaks to go on far longer than they otherwise would have most of the time, since the probability of getting picked off on your way to get the health kit is drastically reduced for hopefully obvious reasons. If you want the Cozy Camper for yourself, it can be crafted with a reclaimed metal, a jar of piss, and another jar of piss. However, I recommend trading or waiting for a random drop if you wish to acquire this item for yourself. The Cozy Camper also combos well with the Sharon Shah, since it does bonus damage when you're above 50% health, and with the Cozy Camper you have health regeneration, so yeah, it should be obvious how these two synergize so well together. All in all, I give the sniper backpacks a switch 2 out of 10. The situations where they are truly dominant just don't consistently show up in games. They most certainly occur on occasion, but they aren't guaranteed to happen every game. As a result, while I do recommend having one of each of these items in your inventory just in case you need it, I advise against them being part of your default loadouts for Sniper. That's all for now. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one. I've been Ian, and this has been my TF2 Killstreak guide to the Sniper backpacks. And stay tuned, the Criticola is coming up next.